to want to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Just like me. You know what I mean? Just like some of these, these people, all these people on TikTok, me and anybody else. Like, we do, we live. So it ain't no, like, don't get caught up in the worshiping personalities. That's just something I just wanted to bring out. I think that's extremely relevant. That's extremely relevant because it just is what it is. People, need leadership, and sometimes you can go, you can look for it, or you can find it in the wrong places. You know what I mean? And take it from somebody who went through a lot of in my life. I've chose the wrong heroes in certain aspects. You know what I mean? Because I was like a young kid who started hanging in the streets and stuff like that. So I had to go through that in my life before I got my life together and all that. So I know the harms and what can come from choosing the wrong people to look up to or to want to be like. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very small basic aspect, but a lot of the youth is being affected by that. But some of the stuff that worked against me in certain ways, it worked for me because I was always like a rebellious type kid. And so that means I always had a mind state or mindset of I wasn't never really scared to go off script. And that carried on into my adult life once I became mature enough to for everything to be right in my life. That means even up to now, it's the same way. Like, I don't if I see something that interests me and it's interesting, I'm going, even if I don't have to agree with it. If it's the truth, I agree with it. You can't disagree with the truth. And I just add that to my files of what I know. You know what I'm saying? And and I let people just be what they are. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people, hey, you want to be the religion thing, like, hey, be what you want to be. You know what I mean? It's all the same stuff. Told differently in different ways, change the names, whatever, change where you saying this came from and all that. It's all the same. But the people that vibe high, they know this. They know that's just a game for people to, people get affected by different things. To the reality is whatever you thinking and whatever you speaking into your life. Okay. They got some people caught up on drinking. They got some people caught up on smoke. They got some people caught up on oversexing themselves. You got some people caught up in fashion and they gotta be, all of that. What is that? Haughtiness and all that kind of stuff, right? They get you caught up. They got you caught up in different bags, and all these different bags. Well, these negative bags will hold you back, let's say, from the truth. And that's on a basic level. That's what somebody at the very beginning is all struggling with that. You know what I mean? Meaning like, okay, the worship of money or the worship of women or, men on the other side, all of that, doing, all of that different stuff. They can get people and they get everybody in different ways. If you want to make that escape, you really got to really step outside of that. Meaning, like, the things that you got to sacrifice things. So things, like I said earlier, the things that you, let's say, that you covet the most or that you love the most, that's what you're going to be tested with. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to be tested with. You know what I mean? Even fear. Some people are very fearful of certain things. So they fear of people boycotting them. They fear of people cutting them off. They fear of people, all that kind of stuff. So they adjust. I've been that way. Because I was a programmed individual too. I'm not no different than nobody else. But slowly working at it and this and the third and learning, I was able to free my mind and my heart of a lot of false stuff. You know what I'm saying? But still being in like a state of fear, where it's like I'm like, man, look, like people be like the people that know me, they